Next up, we will have Atomy Vision. Atomy's captain, Atomy's brand, Chairman Park Han-gil will come to the stage. Please give him a big hand. So, his father for 4 decades in Africa worked as a missionary Nadan, and his son, missionary Tori, who is the same age with my biggest son, is doing the same thing to help those people in need in Tanzania. And if he doesn't say he will come to tell me come to Africa, I will keep supporting you with the donation. But Royal Master Park Ju-young, right here. And I guess they are friends for the theological college, so I will send him instead me. Starting from this year, I visited Taiwan from 4th for 8 days. So we were joined by 7,000 people for the Atomy Run event. Following last year, this year as well, I will continue to visit all the countries. Be excellent or be extreme. And I usually go extreme, very desperately. Leaders don't sleep. And if you are too tired, then you would sleep. But you should work right away after waking up. Many people want to live a very comfortable life, but for those people, they will not have a very comfortable retirement life. And those who work really hard when they are young, they can be very comfortable for their later life. And until I go to the heaven, and I will do everything and I will try everything, working very hard. Please don't tell me I should come to Africa. So we saw the performance, right? It was really impressive. I was sitting there and watching them. I was kind of so impressed. And I think Atomy is great. So all the members on the stage, we have the tenor, alto, soprano. Those people, they are Atomians. And among them, we have Sharon Rhodes Master, and we have all the leaders above Royal Master Atomians. And for the seats, we have the winners for Sing for Dreams. So everyone who for the performance is our Atomians, and they practiced for 2 weeks, only 2 weeks. We wrote this song and they gathered together to practice to create this beautiful melody. And from the perspective of entertainment, I believe the performance was really good as the global stage. And I believe Atomy is really good for this kind of performance as well. I am very impressed. And as I saw the performance, we should have the passion. So the lyrics include the lines from very famous poem for our slogan, be excellent or be extreme. So our slogan is be excellent or be extreme. Atomy business, if you be very excellent, if you are very excellent, then you don't have to be excellent, extreme. If you're very excellent, then you don't have to go extreme. But what is excellency? It's like working like the public officials. How long they work every day? 8 hours. So you need to spend at least 8 hours for Atomy business. Don't wake up like in 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. and come to center and go back to home like at 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. Don't do that. You will not succeed with that way. So at least you need to be very excellent about this business. Those smart people cannot even succeed without being excellent. So you need to become very excellent. How many hours a day? 8 hours, at least 8 hours. So if you don't work more than 8 hours, then you should work more. But there's one issue. Even when you work excellently, like by working 8 hours every day, but still you have some problems, then you need to become very extreme. Then in Atomy you can succeed. Me myself, I used to be very not successful by being excellent. So I did everything like extremely. Like I didn't sleep. So be excellent or be extreme, then you can succeed in Atomy. Why? Because Atomy is a company, distribution company. For a distribution company, in order to become successful, it needs to sell great product at lower prices. So our competitors are not those network marketing companies. Our competitors are those discount markets and department stores for quality and home shopping, internet shopping malls. They are our competitors. So that is why we pursue absolute price and absolute quality. For daily necessities, if they are cheap and good, would you buy it or not? Of course, yes. For necessaries, so we have absolute price and absolute quality necessaries. You don't have to ask people to buy those products. You don't have to be afraid. You just tell them we have great price and great quality necessaries, right? But of course, not everyone is welcoming our products. But you don't have to be care about that because we have a lot of people there. If you're rejected, just don't care. Don't care about them. But don't care. But later on, like a few weeks later, you can also tell them again. If you didn't try like for 10 times, then that means you didn't even try. So at least 10 times. At least tell them 10 times. That equals 1 time. Why? Because if you like, if you tell some people like this is Atomy product, and that is the first time for them to listen. They have never heard of Atomy or Hemohim, but suddenly you would come and you would introduce the Hemohim, and then they would reject, of course. They would not accept the product or brand. So if you tell them 1 time, then they will do their research, like searching for the internet. So you should do it at least for 10 times. You should not expect they would accept it immediately. So 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. After telling them for 10 times, then you would think that that counts 1. And until when? Until that person or you would die, right? So you should keep telling them and introducing our products. Those bad salesperson, they are concerned about reactions of others, right? But those excellent salesmen, they just tell without any concern, this is new product, this is cheap and very good, you can try it. And you don't have any concern, and you go and visit other person, and who would concern? The person who were introduced, right? But those bad salesmen, they would be nervous about what to say overnight, and next day they would say selling products is very hard, but actually they didn't do anything. But those experts, they just tell everything they know. This is good, this is cheap, you can also earn a lot of money, like $100K every month. And if the person asks you about the details, then I don't actually know. So you can come and visit and join the seminar with me. And if you repeat that, then one day that person would say, I can try and come to the seminar. And we also have some people in this room who came here because they don't really have anything to do. And we have those excellent people among them who would become royal masters later on after finding their passion in Atomy. So your job is to deliver information, and concern is what the person would do, not you. Delivering information is your job. So when I was not good at selling products, because before that I worked in an office for 17 years, so selling something was not a very easy one for me, not familiar for me. So I set a goal. I would meet 10 people and I would explain the product. And my goal was not selling the product. My goal was to meet and meet 10 people and introduce the products. I made that decision. And one day I met 9 people and it was 10 p.m. and one person left, right? But it was 1 p.m. So I decided to meet my close friend, and I visited his home. Actually, he loves to talk about some details, and I was concerned about his reaction, so I couldn't really call him. Although I was in front of his house, so I was in the playground and thought for a long time. So I just thought I will stay here overnight. That was November, and it was a chilling weather, so cold. So I just told myself I will rather tell him and go back home. It's too cold. So I called him. What are you doing? Come outside. I'm in front of your house. And he came outside.
And I sat next to him, and we talked for a half hour, and I couldn't really remember what I said before. And my friend said, "Why did you call me? Why? What made you to come here?" So I just went straight forward and I said, "Actually, I started a new business." And he said, "Is it multi-level marketing?" So I said, "Oh, yes." It was really difficult to start saying about it, but I was kind of like afraid of being rejected. But anyways, I told him, and he said that, "Oh, I knew it. I heard that that could be another new business of the future. And how did you start this kind of business?" So he said, "What do you want me to do?" So I sent him a box of cosmetics. Like this, I sold this product to one of my bad friends. So back then, I realized something. That's the rule of your mind. So, which is that buying it or not buying it is totally up to that person's mind. So I call it the law of that person's mind. So I realized that law, and from that moment, I felt like I'm enlightened. So please remember the law of the person's mind, and then after recognizing, you could be the master of this business. You know, Atomy has the absolute quality, absolute price product. And we have been grown with this key principle. Not all people will accept your information. Sometimes someone you didn't expect could accept it, but sometimes someone you expected might not accept it because it is all up to their minds. Let's take an example. One Sharon Rose master is a doctor living in one remote island, and that master conducted a lot of research on the immune system, and that person found out hemohim. And the doctor contacted one of our centers, and the center was not willing to let the doctor register for the business because they said, we cannot really believe that the doctor wants to become a member. And anyways, he made it and he became a Sharon Rose master. And recently, we know we have a new member, proctological surgeon. He became a new member, and he used to be a proctological surgeon, and he said that he wanted to start this business, and his mom said that at first I didn't let him become Anna's doctor because my son needed to live in a small office looking into other people's Annas, so she didn't really like it. And the doctor realized that the labor income could be generated while he's working, but if he doesn't work, he cannot make any money. And what if his hands go bad, so his hands shake? In that point, he cannot do the surgery and he cannot make money. So that imagine that he might live up until 100 or 150 years old. He cannot cannot leave, he cannot make money for like 50 or 60 years. So he believes that in order to live a life, in order to make a living until 140 years old, he needs to make a living for the last of 70 years. So he decided that Atomy business is the only tool that he could make a living in his entire life. So he's now doing the business, and he's also delivering a lot of lectures and a lot of seminars. And we also have another member who used to be a public officer, but now she's one of the Leaders Club members, and now she's making a lot of money, and her income is bigger than that of the public officer. Thanks to her brave decision, he could become this royal master, and I believe that she will make more than 200 million Korean won per year very soon, and then she will become a crown master and then imperial master who could earn 400 million Korean won per year. This kind of vision is strongly required, and those who recognize that vision come to Atomy. At an early stage, most of the people, not really good people, came to here. Most of them was really delinquent, and most of them didn't have their job. Most of them went bankrupt. And those kind of people gathered to Atomy, and they started business at the very early stage. But back then, I was also poor, and I could say I was the king of the poor. But back then, all we had was the vision. With that vision, we cultivated this business, and we are here now. Park Jung-soo Imperial Master delivered a welcoming speech today, and she was the owner of the duck soup restaurant. Back then, she was the owner of that restaurant, and we gathered at that restaurant with 70 members. When Choi Kyu-jung Crown Master used to be a food supplier, anyways, this kind of early members gathered together at her shop, at her restaurant, and I shared my vision in that restaurant to all of the people, and I said, all of you will become the Imperial Master, and I will lift you 1 billion Korean won when you become an Imperial Master, and our company will become a global company, and we will be the best company in this world. I talked about this for an hour, and some normal people walked away, but some of them who were crazy then now are still with me, and they became the Imperial Master or Crown Masters. As such, they are traveling the world, and they are doing their business in this global company. I could say they are the successful people, and they are the successful women. I could say this business is really simple and easy. But no matter how easy it is, if it is not familiar with you and get used to it, it is not easy. So the only solution is that you need to start it anyway. So first of all, you need to envision yourself in your mind, the future you, and your dream in your mind could be absurd and could seem crazy. And if other people say your dream is crazy, I think it's the right dream. We need to set this kind of vision because we need to make yourself crazy. You need to get crazy for your vision, and you need to say that if I could achieve my dream, I will go crazy. If you think like that, that's the right vision. You can say that, oh, If you live a life making 100 million Korean won a month, so there are a lot of money in your bank account. Even though you don't spend the rest of your money, the new money comes to your bank account, you might get crazy if you are living this kind of life.
그러니까 그렇게 미쳐버릴 만한 꿈을
So we
설정해야
need to
된다.
set the dream that drives you crazy.
부자 못 되는 가장 큰 이유가 뭔지 아세요?
Do you know what's the biggest reason
생각을 안 해서.
of not becoming rich? Because that is because we don't dream of becoming the rich.
많을수록 좋지요. 뭐 이런-
If you
이런
say
것까지
that in order to be the rich, how much money do we have to have?
벌어야 부자.
You might say, "Oh, I don't know." We can see that we don't know how much money we need to make in order to be the rich person. In order to be the rich, we need to make 30 million Korean won per month.
생활비를 드려야 될까요?
So if you have a parent,
그러면은
you need. Do we need to pay them
10만 원짜리 봉투 하나
living expenses or some pocket money?
효자 효녀라고
Only
자부하고 있는
300,000 Korean won per month, and you could say that you are a good son or daughter. No, you aren't. You need to give them at least a full living expenses. You need to give them 3 million Korean won or 5 million Korean won per month. And then you could say that, hey, you could go to the center, senior center, and you could treat other people with this money. You need to give them at least 3 million Korean won or 5 million Korean won. And then you could say you are a good son or a good daughter. 300,000 Korean won a year
드릴까요 안 드릴까요?
doesn't make you a good son or a good daughter. You need to give them 3 million Korean won per month. In order to give them this amount, you need to earn 30 million Korean won per month. You need to also help your sons or daughter get married. And then if you don't make 30 million Korean won per month, you can't. You need to provide the good education to your children, and you need to save some money for the future of your children. In order to do that, you need to make 30 million Korean won per month. And then in order to help your relatives in need, you need to make enough amount of money. And in order to help the people, have the children in need in Tanzania, you need to earn 100 million Korean won per month.
탄자니아에 돈 보내야 되겠어요? 안 보내야 되겠어요?
After making that amount of money, you could send some money to Tanzania.
안 보내려면 말고 나 혼자 해도 돼.
Do you want to do that together or not?
아니 연말에
Let's say
탄자니아를 갔다 왔대. 우리 박주영 저 로얄 마스터가
Park Ju-young, Royal Master,
대학을 나왔어.
went to
하기 싫어가고 한국으로 도망갔다가 내한테 걸렸어.
the College of Theology in the state, but he didn't want to be a priest, so he came to Korea and he met me and he started this business. And he said that he has some friends in Tanzania, so he visited Tanzania and he reported to me. And then he said,
지금 이렇게
in Tanzania, there is a project building schools, 24 schools, and the basic constructions have been concluded and completed. But now this is the time to complete with the roof. And they are now waiting for the roof. The 24 schools are waiting for the roof, but they are now out of the money, so they could do that. And he said that in order to complete it, he need 550 million Korean won. So I asked to the accountant, and he said, Chairman Park, Atomy is already #1 company in Korea in terms of the amount of the donation, because the tax agency doesn't like our company because we make too much donation. So I just decided to give my money out of my salary. But you know, I'm already donating a lot of money from my pocket, from my salary. I send 50 million Korean won per month to Compassion, and I one child needs 50,000 Korean won per month, so I am helping 100 children by giving them 50,000 Korean won to them. So it is whooping. So I said I will do it for 1,000 children. So that's why I am donating 50 million Korean won per month out of my salary. So I'm also worried about the future of the children when I die. So I'm like kind of like worried of their life after I die. That's why I could close my eyes. I couldn't close my eyes. Like this, I'm helping this kind of children via like through Compassion. And then you might ask how much money you earn. Like how much is your salary? I could say that I earn as much as the Imperial Master. I am the chairman of this company. But I think that I found out that my salary was less than that of Park Jong-suk Imperial Master last year. Anyways, I sent 550 million Korean won last year to Tanzania, and that amount is really like bigger than the amount of I sent to Compassion. My spouse, my wife, donated 5 billion Korean won. So I myself needed to donate that amount of money as well. So anyways, one of my prayers is that I don't want to have anything in my hands when I die. I would like to share all I have with other people before I die. That is one prayer I make every day. Because in the heaven, money means nothing. It's only the trash. So I would like to share what I have before I die. What makes me talk about this? So anyways, I'm just talking about sharing the money, not talking about how I make money. Anyways, I would like to say, in order to be rich, you need to dream big. And you need to dream that if I donate 50,000 Korean won per month, I could save the life of a child. You need to think about this. If you think that you could save a life, you will start you will be thrilled, and then you will also think that I will start from helping one child and I will increase the number to help 101,000 children. This kind of dream, you need to have this kind of dream. Of course, at first it might be really difficult to start this sharing. So first of all, your dream needs to be about your parents, your children, your family. This should be your starting point so that you could help the children and you could help the relatives in need. And as a human being, you need to have this kind of dream. If it is, we haven't lived a life as a human being. But from now on, you need to live a life like a human. In order to be living like a human, we need to earn at least 30 million or 50 million Korean won per month. And then, in order to make that kind of money, we need to become an Imperial Master. And then, if we could become an Imperial Master, I will get crazy. This kind of motivation is needed, and this should be your dream. When you do something, you might say, it's really hard to do that, and I cannot complete it. But I could say that I am living the most difficult life than any other people around me. Yesterday night, I was so tired, so I just knocked out. I am living this kind of hard life every single day.
그런 철저하게
So
뭔가를
you should
해내려고
be
하면은요.
excellent. If you try to become very
여러분들의 계획이 커야
excellent,
되는 거예요.
to do that, you
꿈이
need to
조망만해.
have a very big
그러다
dream. But
보면은
if you have a very
그
small
조망만한
dream,
난간을 만나면 어떻게 되겠어요?
then if you face this
툭 부딪혀서 못
large
넘어가는 거예요.
obstacle,
내
then you
꿈이
will never
주먹만한데
overcome it
주먹만한
because
난간을
your
만나. 그럼
dream is
넘어가요,
this
못
big
넘어가요?
and
못
the
넘어가지.
obstacle is just small,
그래서
this big, and you
사람들이
will not be able to
그냥
overcome it.
어렵다고 주저앉고
So many
실패자가 되어버리는
people
경우가 많아요.
just
여러분, 우리에게
fail
몰려오는 난관
because
어려움은요
they have a
다
very
있어요.
small dream. We always
그런데
face challenges
그
and
난관을
obstacles,
극복해낸 사람은 누구냐 하면은
and
꿈이
those who
큰 사람이에요.
overcame
꿈의
them
바퀴가
are
크면
those who have a very
주먹만한
big
난관이 있더라도
dreams.
그거를 싹 넘어갈 수가
And
있다.
if your dream is very
그래서
big,
여러분들이
then you can very easily
엄청
overcome
크게
those
키워야 돼요.
small
여러분
obstacles. So you
머릿속에
need to have a
떠오르는
very
것은요
big dream,
무조건
the
이루겠다고 생각을
thing
해야 되는 거예요.
that you can imagine in your
그런데
mind can
자기
become
머릿속에
reality. You
떠오르는
need to
것을
believe
자꾸
it.
지워버려.
And many people
다
just try to erase
천만 원도 한 달에
what
못 벌어봤는데
what you
1억을 한 달에
imagine,
1억씩을 어떻게
what you can imagine,
말도 안
like
돼, 말도 안 돼. 그럴 필요가
earning
없어요. 지금 1억 나도
$100K
벌었으면 좋겠다.
every month.
벌어야
That
되겠다.
is
그런 생각이
nonsense.
잠깐이라도 스쳤다고 하면은
But you should
혹시
not
나도
do
임페리얼
that.
대 한 달에 1억씩
You
벌 수 있는
should
거 아니야?
be able
하는
to
생각이
imagine
스쳤다고
I
하면은
can also
그거는
become an
여러분들이
imperial
여러분들의
master
꿈으로 잡아야
and
되는
I can
거예요.
earn $100K every
왜냐?
month. That should be your dream. Why?
우리가 꿈을
Because
이루는 것은요. 그것이
when we
100%
realize our
가능하기 때문에
dream,
우리가 꿈꾸는
when we
게
try to
아니에요.
realize our dream, we don't really believe in
100%
the dream
가능한
because that
목표를
is
전하는 것은요.
100%
그건 비전도 아니고 꿈도 아닌 거예요.
possibility.
여러분들이 어디 가서
Those
대한민국에서 100만 원, 200만 원 벌어야 되겠다.
dreams with 100%
합리적이고
possibility
현실적이고 뭐
are
당연한 것
not actual
같지만은
dreams.
그런 목표는 세울 필요가 없어요.
Actually, like dreams like
그러니까
and goals like
여러분들이
earning
어떤 목표를
only
세워야
$1K
되느냐?
every
정말
month,
그렇게 될
that
수만 있다고 하면 막 미쳐버릴 것
should
같은
not be
그런
a
막
dream.
세포 하나하나가
And
살아나서
you should
춤추는
set
그런
a
목표를
goal
세워야
that
되는
would make you drive you
그것이
crazy.
가능성이 낮더라도
And
일단
it's
머릿속에
okay
스치는 것은요.
even
그게
if
가능하기 때문에 떠오르는
that
거예요. 여러분,
dream
우리가 도전하는
has a
것은 100%
very
가능한
only
도전하는 게 아니에요.
1% of possibility.
자, 어두운 동굴에 갇혔어.
What we pursue is not 100% possibility dream. Imagine we are in a dark cave and you can see a very small light, but if you think that that light is that small, I cannot escape from here. But you should not think like that. You should think that I would run toward that small light. Of course, you would face some immediate challenges, but still, you need to move forward with your passion. And as you walk forward, the light will become bigger. When I started this Atomy, I was in a dark cave.
제가 50만 원짜리 월세방에 살았어요.
When I live in a very small room,
80만 원짜리 중고 카니발 타고 다녔어요.
I had a very a very old car,
300만 원 벌었는데
and I bought it
300만 원의 차를 팔겠대.
at
그래서요.
$300.
지금 300만 원인데 300만
$280. Originally, it was $300, but I didn't really have any toll fee and the oil fee, and I spent 4 to 5 hours to cut that $20.
80에 사왔단 말이에요.
And he said, I bought it
280에 사는데
at
280에
$280, but you say I should sell it but at $280. But I just told him I have $300, but I don't have enough money to fuel it, and you don't have enough fuel inside the car, and I don't really have any toll fee. And we spent another 1 hour, and he said, don't tell me, I will not sell it to you. But ultimately, I bought the car, at $280. So I drove the car to get to Iksan, and I didn't really have any money. I didn't have any sense of hope, but
여기 모여 있는 사람들이 너무나 안타깝다.
I
같이 한번
felt
해보자.
sorry
희망을 가지고 해보자.
about
희망이
those
없을
people
때
in front
유일한
of
희망은
me,
희망을
and
갖는
I
것이다.
said,
희망이
the
없을
only
때
thing that
희망마저
you can
없으면
do when you
어떡하냐.
don't have any sense
다
of
같이
hope is
따라서
to have a
해보겠습니다.
sense of hope.
희망이 없을 때
Follow after
유일한
me.
희망은
The
희망을
only
갖는
thing
것이다.
that you can have when you don't have any hope is to have a sense of hope.
그래서 우리는 희망 하나 가지고
So only
시작을
with the
했고,
sense of hope we
그리고
started
그
this
희망들이,
business,
그
and
목표들이
that
글로벌 회사가
hope
되겠다.
and the
한 달에
goals to become a
1억씩을
global
받는
company,
임페리얼 마스터가 될
to
거다.
become an
그리고
imperial
임페리얼
master
마스터가 되면
with
10억을 시계차로
$100K
떠주겠다고
every
했던
month
그런
as an income.
선언적
And
영적
those
얘기들이
announcements and
하나도
those
남김없이 다
goals,
이루어져 가고,
everything
그리고 우리는
became
다시
true,
전 세계
became
유통의
reality.
허브가
Now
되겠다.
we
전
have
세계
another
유통을
goal
석권해
to
버리겠다.
become a global
이
distribution
월마트를
company.
따라잡고
We
아마존을
will
따라잡고
become
알리바바를
Walmart and
따라잡고
Amazon
그런
and eBay.
진정한 유통의
We
허브
will
역할을
become a
하는
true
그런 회사가 되겠다고.
distribution
지금 말도 안
hub.
되는
This
얘기를
is
지금 하고
our
있지만은
big dream, which is
여러분
not very
그런데요,
realistic.
280만 원짜리 중국
But
카니발 타고 가가지고
when I started this
백두수를
business
주겠다, 10억을
with the
주겠다고
very old car,
했던 그 미친 얘기보다는
which was
지금
only
우리가
$280,
월마트
I
따라잡겠다,
told
아마존
everyone that I will
따라잡겠다는
give
얘기는요,
you
훨씬 덜
I will
미친
give
얘기.
you $1 million in cash.
그렇잖아요.
But compared to that time,
그거는 뭐 가능성이라도
this goal to
불가능을
become a global distribution hub is not as unrealistic as those dreams before. Because at the time we didn't really have any office, we didn't really have any company, and at the time I sat in this IT world, we need to have a very mobile company. So we have only the inventory, which is inside the old car, and as I run the car, we would have a very mobile company, which is not very realistic. But still, we worked really hard, and compared to that, what I'm seeing for our future right now is very realistic, and we need to realize that dream. Why? We have the AI technology, and we have automation system in factories and automation in offices as well. Before, many works were done by human beings, like calculation, but with ChatGPT and AI, even writing a sentence can be done very well by computers. So what should you do? What should you do for your living? So when we enter that kind of world, then many people would become very unhappy. Those stakeholders, those companies who can provide that services can become rich, but the other people will become very poor, and they would live the everyday daily life based on government subsidies. So don't even try to get those government subsidies. They're not good. You should become the person who paid the tax for the company rather than becoming the person who received the government subsidies. Which one is better? So you need to make the decision. I will not receive subsidies from the government, right? So you should set this kind of very clear goal. So there are a lot of companies, like their money is not very valuable, so not valuable that they have to pay a lot of money to buy even beef, 1 gram of beef. So we are a distribution company with daily necessaries. we have a lot of internet shopping mall, and we need to spend a lot of money. And by spending that money, we don't really have any opportunity to earn money during the process. But Atomy is doing this kind of shopping mall, but still Atomy is different from others. Why? Because we provide compensation to our members, because we don't have to pay the rent for the department stores, or we don't have to pay a lot of money for TV advertisement. So we are a platform where members can benefit from it, and this is our own platform, and you don't have to go outside to buy items, and you can buy items on our platform, and you can also get the compensation as well. You are a consumer, and you are also the owner of this shopping mall. So this is called Atomy Personal Platform, APP, and it costs you zero money. But the only thing that you need to do is to introduce this system to others. I have this kind of shopping mall, and you can also have one. So we are not a business that where you need to sell products. Don't even try the product. But only one person is your customer, you yourself. But these are necessities, right? So these are something that you need to use every day. And absolute price, absolute quality. So it is very easy for you to persuade yourself to buy one. And you can tell your friends. So I know you are not a good person to sell it to others, and you can tell them the only customer is you yourself. This is Atomy business. So far, the networking companies, they would provide compensation until 6 levels or 12 levels. But those who are at the 100th level, they will not part of your compensation. But in Atomy, there is no limit. So the first level and the 100th level are the same. How genius is it? And we are very sustainable. So we have a cap. So if your income is $100K, then your income will not go up. So our imperial masters have the same income level. Some companies have the system where those top level leaders can earn about $10 million every year. But if you want to earn more than $1 million a month, then you should leave Atomy. Would it be better? 10 people with $1 million each and 1 people with $10 million. The first one is better because when you have $1 million or $10 million, your life would not be very different. Only with $1 million, you can do everything what you want. So we have this cap, and we are supporting all the other people. So it's never late for you to start this business. And in overseas countries, we have a lot of potential and opportunities. In my apartment, and I don't really see the Atomy boxes. And as I go outside, many people don't really know me. Of course, some people recognize me, but many don't really recognize
여러분들이
me.
리크루팅 해봐야 소용없어. 이미 회원 가입해서
And those
잘
who
하고
recognize
있어.
me,
그런데 안
you don't
쫓아오는
have
사람들,
to
최고 가본지도 모르는 사람들은 여러분들이 다
recruit them because they are already
대상이다.
Atomians. But
그러니까
those who
지금도
don't know
텅텅 비어
me
있다는
are
겁니다.
your
그래서
potential members.
여러분들이
So
이제
we still
가능성만
have a lot of
가지고
opportunities,
해나가면
a
된다.
lot of potential,
그런데
right?
여러분들이 성공을 하는데요, 굉장히
But if you
중요한 게
want to
하나 있어요.
succeed, there is one
뭐냐면은
thing that is very
가능성을 보라
important.
이거예요.
You need to see the possibility.
동굴에 갇혔을 때 어둠이
When you are in
아무리
a
넓더라도
very dark
저 불빛
cave,
가능성을 보고 가야 돼.
you need to see the possibility of a
근데
small
그
light.
가능성을 보는 방법이
And how
뭐냐면은
can you do
말을
that?
긍정적인 얘기를 하는 거예요.
You need to talk about a lot of
옆에서 안
positive
된다고
things.
하면은 그
When
말 따라서
someone
안
is
된다, 안 된다
talking
하는
about
사람은
some
다 안
negative
된다고
things,
가버려.
you should not follow
그런데
them. But
내가
if
봤을
you
때도 택도 없어. 저
actually
사람이
personally
애터미에서
believe,
성공하면 진짜 기적이다
actually
싶은데
sometimes I would
그
think
사람이
he
된다고
is
그러면서
not
꼬다리가
very,
들더라고.
he doesn't really have a lot of possibility. But among them,
나도 안 믿었어 그 사람.
there were some people who can become very successful.
25번이니 뭐 이런
I
얘기 안
actually
할게요.
have
제가
one
구체적으로는.
imperial, like not the
근데
25th one.
그런 분들이 있어.
But those people
택도
who
없는데
seems not to
그렇다고
have any potential
당신은 좀 어렵겠어.
eventually would become very successful. I would not tell them, like obviously, like you would not be very successful. I just expect he would become like the Sharon's masters. But later on, it turns out he became the Imperial Master. But what he can do very well is that he has a very, very positive mind. He believes he can do everything. There is one characteristic of network marketing. If you do other things, then you can see that smarter people would not work for you. If you are a CEO, then if you have smarter one who are working in your office, then he would leave your company. But in Atomy, the opposite can happen. You don't need to be very smart to have a smart person in your group. But there is one position.
여러분들이 겸손하기만 하면
So
겸손하기만 하면 괜찮은데
you need to
위에서
be very
갑질하고
humble,
잘난
right?
척하고 이러다가
It is very, very
쫓아버리는 경우도
important.
있지만 여러분들이 그 짓만 안 하면은
But if you
여러분보다 훨씬 똑똑한
are very
사람들이
humble,
밑에
then you can
와서
have a lot of
자기
smarter people than you in your group who would grow your group.
그렇기 때문에 여러분들이 이 일을 하면서
So when you are doing this business,
적은 가능성에 도전하는
you need to
그리고
go
말을
and
항상
take on
긍정적인
challenges
얘기를 하는
with
거예요.
little possibility, and you need to have
보통
some
관상 얘기를 하죠.
positive mind. We
그러니까
talk a lot
사주팔자보다
about
관상이 더 중요하대. 사주팔자 아무리 좋아 봐도 관상이 더러운 놈은 안 된다는 거예요.
fortune.
그런데
By fortune
관상보다 더
according
중요한
to
것이
the
심상이래. 생긴 거는
physiognomist.
우습게 생겼는데
physiognomy.
마음이 달라.
But what is more
마음에 배포도
important
있고
is
사랑도 있고,
your heart.
어떤 감동도
If
있고
you have
해가지고,
love,
마음이 좋다 보니까
then
사람은 생긴 것 같지 않게 괜찮이 좋은 사람이
you
이런 경우가 있다 이거예요.
can
그런데 문제가 뭐냐면
attract a lot of
마음이
people.
조석 시간에 오락가락해.
But
그러면 이
your
마음을
heart,
방향을 잘 잡아주는 것이
it is not
중요한데
easy to
그게
maintain a good
혓바닥이에요.
heart. And mouth can do that.
만상불효 온상이다. 요건 내가 만들었어.
And I have this saying.
만상불효
I made it by myself.
심상을 넘어서는 것이 온상이다. 우리 마음은 내 말 따라가.
Heart
그래서 내가 맨날
depends on
하고 안 된다는
your
소리
mouth.
하고 그러면은 안
If
돼.
you say those negative
그런데
things,
택도 없는 사람도
then
된다고만 계속
your
하면
heart
되더라, 이거.
will suffer.
그래서
But if you say
만상불효
those positive things, then your heart would follow the positive things. And the Bible also says Jesus created this world with his word, and your words are like the
이 키가 부정적인 쪽으로 가면은 부정적인 곳으로
steer
가는 거고
of
이
a
꿈의
vessel.
창문을 향해서 이
So
키의 방향을 틀면은 그 꿈의
the
항구에
words
도달할 수 있다는
that you
거야.
say,
근데 그 키가
the
뭐냐? 이 혓바닥이다.
steer will decide the direction, the whole direction of the vessel.
대단한 손님들이 오셨는데
We have a lot of great leaders from China, but it is quite nervous. I'm quite nervous because I said some Chinese words, and we have very, very important people from China. They are very high position, government high position people to see and decide their Chinese MLM policies. China also has some issue with jobs for the youth and for the elderly people. When they open a road shop, after putting a lot of investment, they would fail. So don't try to start your own cafe or road shops. Ladies, don't open salon shops. And don't try to get the barrister certification. Don't try to even get one, because a lot of people have failed with their coffee shops.
So don't even try to start that kind of business. Now, there are so many road shops going failure, and they had a lot of difficult times these days. So don't try to start this kind of business, but you need to start a business that you could start without any investment fee or the starting fee. And this kind of business will contribute a lot to the society as well. Now in Korea, a lot of young people lose their jobs, and we are also suffer from the unemployment rate. The same goes for the elderly. The elderly don't have the job, so the government try to make some job for the elderly, and some elderly people pluck some flower as a government affair. Don't try to do that, and don't go there. If you don't go there, other people will get paid twice higher than before. And instead, you need to do your business, and please make a lot of compensation and PV, and please pay more taxes than before so that we could help those in need. Now we met Atomy, and we need to be excellent or be extreme. Excellent, extreme. Being extreme means we need to work for 8 hours a day, and then you must be successful. And if you could not do that, you need to be desperate. If you're not really good at introducing the business, at least you need to clean the center. And also, if you are shy going out alone, you need to follow your partners or sponsors. You need to at least follow them. If you do it for a year, you need to keep doing that, and it means that you are doing the job desperately.
그러면요, 그 혼자 아무리 선수도요, 혼자 다니는 것보다는요.
And no matter how a person good at it, if he or she is with a companion, he or she might get more energy. That's why it is important to follow that successful person. If your sponsor succeeded at recruiting, that sponsor will give the recruitment to you. Of course, sometimes the sponsor doesn't want to give that recruitment to you, but if you follow he or she, him or her, you will get that recruitment beneath your line. So that I would like to say that you need to have hopes, and you need to be humble, and if you do it for a long period of time, you might be successful. And I always say that you will get 100 million Korean won per month if you become a successful person, and then you will have 2 or 3 houses, and you will own your house, and you could give the house to your children, and because at least you need to give them a house. If you reach, you could purchase a house to your children. But if you say that you need to raise your children independently, I don't care about I don't care the rest of your life, and please live independently. If you say say like this, I might say you are not a good parent. And if you say you want to raise your children independently, it is kind of like you are admitting that you are not a good person, good parent. Because our younger generations are living a really difficult life. Back then in the future, most of our generation at least could have a job. But now they have difficult times in finding their jobs. So now in the society, a lot of young generations have difficulties in finding their jobs. Back then, in the past, at least we had a hope that we could purchase a house. But the young generation don't have that kind of hope. So that's our faith. We need to purchase a house for our children, and it means that you are rich. But if you say if we make 100 million Korean won per month, we are rich, so we could buy a house to the children. We could also give a lot of houses to a lot of children, and you could make more children, I might say. So I will say that if you meet Atomy, every single difficulties related to economy and finance will be solved. But there is one issue that we cannot solve. That is the issue related to death. After we become an imperial master, will we live forever? No. Everyone will die. So our goal is three rich. First one is money rich. Second one is being friend rich. Because when you become an imperial master, when you go abroad, some people will welcome you with welcome flags and flowers. So this is the life of a successful person. If they go abroad, a lot of people will welcome you at the airport with a flag, welcoming flag. So we can say we are friend rich by doing Atomy business. And I'm always having a lot of flashes in front of me as and then lastly, we need to become time rich. Of course, to some extent, I could say I am time rich. But will it be forever? No. It will be ended within 100 years. Which one is better? Dying as an imperial master or dying as a poor person? No. Dying as an imperial master is also difficult because next month you might have another 100 million Korean won, but you need to close your eyes, abandoning that money, and I think that must be really difficult. If you have much in your bank account, you don't really want to die, and I think at that point you might blame that on me, saying I don't want to die. But the creature God made two lives. One for the life that we are living right now, which is about 100 years, and we could say that that life is granted by the God. No one started their own life by creating their own life. I have my son and I have my grandchildren. My grandchildren came to this world with nothing, They don't have any obligations or wills, and no one could choose their own life. So they came to this land with no wills. So it is granted by God. But this kind of first life has a limitation, which is about 100 years. But the second life created by God is Joe. We call the first life bio, and the second life is called Joe, which is the life of God, shared by God. So we could say this is eternal life, because when God created human beings, He made human beings into the form of the God. Because we cannot, even though God is invisible, if we make Him into a human formation, it could be like us. Of course, He might not look like us. We look like this because of the sins we have, but anyways, originally, we are born to get the life of God, and if we get that life, our face will bright as a sun. So, as the sun.
그냥 눈이 부셔가지고 볼 수가 없어. 대낮에 해를 보는 것처럼.
So if we got the life of God, our face will be bright as the sun. Actually, this is all the plans of God. You might know the story of the fruit of the tree of knowledge. And that fruit of the tree of knowledge means the life of God. In order to share the life with us, the life needs to be dead. After the death, we could also share the life. So that's why God died on a cross in order to share the life with the human beings. Because we got the life, we could say that the Spirit of God is inside of us, so that we could get the eternal life. And our body will perish as a soil, and then we will get the new spirit and the new body. And then at that moment, we could live the eternal life. I want all of you to become an imperial master, so that we could love all of the people, living rich life. But what I want the most is that all of you could live the eternal life planned by God. I hope all of you could be blessed with this blessing. We know, after becoming imperial, I made one imperial master, and that imperial master passed away. And the next imperial master passed away. I don't like it. But if all of the imperial master have the eternal life, we could meet again in the heaven, and we could dream for that future, and then we could lead the same life. I would like to keep telling the story all night, but I could see some faces here who are looking forward to listening to the story more related to money. So in order to keep talking about the story, next Friday we're going to have a revival meeting in Atomy Park in the HQ building. The revival meeting will start at 10:30, but you need to be there until by 10 o'clock in the morning. There we're going to talk about what our life is and what the death means and how we could overcome the death. Of course, we need to, in order to live wisely, we need to solve the issues related to death. I really welcome all of you to Atomy Park next Friday, and there I could have a time to take a picture with you. So I sincerely welcome you all to Atomy Park next Friday. Thank you very much. Please give another big round of applause to Chairman Park.
애터미 비전 강의를 해주신 박한길 회장님께서 개인 유튜브 채널을 개설하셨습니다.
Chairman Park has opened his personal YouTube channel. You can see his daily life, tour stories, and behind-the-scenes stories through the channel. Please scan the QR code and enter the channel, and please like, comment, subscribe to his channel, and press the bell icon to get new video updates.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.